All right, I'm going to jump right into it. I want you to take me through the evolution of Joey Votto in your career as a hitter.
Well, the game's gotten faster.
Right.
It's when I first came up, and before we got on camera, we were talking about you getting into the Hall of Fame. But I faced guys like Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux, and you on the back end of their career, Tom Glavine. And the thing that stood out to me during what felt like that generation of pitching was command at both sides of the plate. Let's see if we can expand the plate. And for me as a hitter, I had to learn how to drive the ball the other way, be able to take what was given to me. Whereas now, combating the athleticism of these guys, the high velocity, high spin rate, strong breaking balls, strikeouts are really very common now. So I've had to make the adjustment to combat the extreme speed of the game, whereas before it was more touchy-feely, more technical. So that's probably the largest change, especially to my hitting game. And it's showed itself through where I was younger, I stood up a little taller, took more risks. Now, a little more spread out, choked up. I'm a little more conservative with my approach at times. So it's changed significantly, but I don't think any player would ever say, especially if they get to play a long time, that there wasn't major changes, right?
Exactly. I faced Tony Gwynn. He's the best I've ever faced, and I would say arguably that you are one of the most polarized hitter. People talk about you on both ends. You are the modern day Tony Gwynn with more power. You really are. And I'm enamored with your approach. Last year, I think you talked about wanting to strike out less.
Okay.
And with that, some things suffer, right?
Yes.
Is there anything different about what this year you're trying to do? Because you can do just about anything you want to do.
I feel like one thing that's changed for me is I want to be more successful in the aggregate, because I feel like those big moments, I don't know, I don't want to limit myself, but I do feel like I've learned to be better over the long haul and to never give pitches or at-bats away. And I've always felt like, what's the opportunity cost of taking this chance with two strikes? Okay, maybe I can get a home run, but I felt as I've gotten older, maybe that's less likely. So how can I be better by popping the ball in play, maybe get a double or a single? Just putting the ball in play is a good thing. Maybe sneaking a walk, whatever it is.
And lastly, for me, I ask everybody this, and I'm always intrigued on how you filter the information. A lot of information, a lot of technology, more than ever. How do you filter it?
The combination of experience and matching up with the competition that day. Experience is, how do I feel, what's realistic, and then who am I facing, where do my strengths match up with him? And so I take that on in every one of my at-bats, and I feel like if the most important key, I think, no matter how much scouting you do or how much preparation you do, is physically you have to be in a good place, which means my swing has to be sharp. I have to be able to say, I want to execute this, but then have the physical tools, the swing, to be able to execute on that plan. So, that's where I'm at in my career, and that's probably the toughest part. I mean, I think that coming out every day feeling sharp, feeling like I can be at my very best with the physical side of things, with my swing, that's the challenge, and that's the fight every day.
Well, I am sure glad to watch you now.
Oh,
I'm
thank
sure
you.
glad I don't have to face you.
Oh,
Thanks a lot.
yeah. Thank you very much, John.